Hey, this is Victoria Leigh back with you today with more Paul is Dead. I make short videos that pertain to the Paul is Dead conspiracy. If this topic is something that does not resonate with you, I recommend watching other content that better accommodates your belief system. All videos are for informational purposes only. I am presenting to you research and findings related to this topic. If you are new to Paul is Dead and would like to learn more about the conspiracy, please check out Mike Williams' Paul is Dead channel for the Newbies playlist. The link is in the description box below. Please remember, some Paul is Dead themes are for mature audiences only. I hope you will enjoy the presentation. Welcome back to Pepper Time. Today we are going to have some fun while we take a look at the similarities between the Beatles and the movie That Thing You Do. That Thing You Do was written and directed by Tom Hanks and was released September 24th, 1996. I'm going to assume everyone in here has seen the movie. If not, it is still available out there on many of the streaming platforms. Now, first of all, the band in the movie is kind of supposed to be like the Beatles. It was set in 1964, but let's keep looking and see if we can find any other good hints or Beatle clues. The tempo on the signature song, That Thing You Do, was originally supposed to be slow, but was changed to an upbeat tempo. This was also the case with Please Please Me. In the movie, it was Guy Patterson's idea and credited towards their rise to fame. With the Beatles, it was George Martin's idea for the debut single release in America. In the Wikipedia for the song, Please Please Me, it tells us that the Beatles wanted to record their own material and songs and did not want to sing songs from other writers. This is similar to the movie at 1 hour and 29 minutes. In the studio scene where Mr. White tells Jimmy that he will record the songs from the Playtone catalog. Then Jimmy quits and storms out. Guy Patterson drives a convertible in the movie, and so did Paul. Paul McCartney drove a '64 Aston Martin. Guy's car is very similar, but it is black where Paul's was white. Although many of the characters exhibit various personality traits of the Beatles, it doesn't appear that any of the characters line up exactly with Ringo, Paul, George, or John. It seems like their various character traits have been spread between the band members. However, the manager, Mr. White, played by Tom Hanks, is a close fit for Brian Epstein. The character Mr. White also has the name White, which was a Beatles album. The bass player character has no name in the movie. In the credits, he is referred to as T.B. Player. In the Paul is Dead conspiracy, it centers around the bass player Paul. In the movie, you note that Lenny is the fool, Guy is the smart one, and Jimmy is the talent. The Beatles were John the smart one, George the quiet one, Paul the cute one, and Ringo was the clown. It's kind of funny in the original Beatles, the best band ever, that no one was the talent. Or maybe that was Bill, not really sure. Paul McCartney's real name was James Paul McCartney. The lead character in the movie was named Jimmy, which is short for James. The movie was loosely based on a band called the Fabulous Epics, who were from Erie, Pennsylvania. They did meet the Beatles after the Beatles' first performance on The Ed Sullivan Show. The phrase, "Careful girls, he's engaged," was crafted from Sullivan's, "Sorry girls, he's married." The wardrobe accessory in the movie of glasses is similar to John's wardrobe change in 1966, when his granny glasses became a full-time part of his wardrobe. In the movie That Thing You Do, there are several scenes where the bass player became chummy with one of the Chantrellines. In real life, George dated Estelle, one of the Ronettes, also pictured here with Paul. The Beatles toured with the Ronettes for 14 cities, similar to the movie where the Wonders traveled with the Chantrellines. By the way, this is a perfect example of photo editing on the internet. Don't always trust the photos you find on the internet. Many have been doctored. In the movie, Jimmy threw up before the Hollywood Showcase. George threw up before the Ed Sullivan Show. In the movie That Thing You Do, the original drummer was replaced, just as Pete Best was replaced in the Beatles. Both bands replaced a drummer and then later a bass player. There has been much said about how much the character of Guy Patterson looks like Tom Hanks, but who else does he look like? He looks just like Pete Best. Diane Dane is similar to Diane Dors on the Pepper cover, gold dress and all. Do you remember when the MC says, "That is a gold dress"? I think he was bringing attention to this hint. Diana is the goddess of the moon, hunters, crossroads, with the crescent moon being her symbol. Diana was believed to be the twin of Apollo. She turns darkness to daylight, which is a Luciferian theme, and also this is the time of day when Paul McCartney was reported to have been killed. Diana is the queen of witches and was believed by some to be Lucifer's sister in witchcraft. The singer posture of Jimmy and John are very similar. Check out how the knees are bent. The others do not use this posture, but I noticed both of them had it, so I wanted to include that one. When the Wonders were done playing, they unplug and leave the stage. This was very similar to the Beatles, who, like the Wonders, did not do encores. At the end of the movie, it states that Guy and Faye were happily married and had 4 children, kind of like Bill and Linda. Also, we see they were married on April 30th, 1965. On Beltane Festival, also called Walpurgis Night. I always kind of thought Walpurgis sounded a little bit like walrus, but maybe that's just me. If you take Walpurgis and you subtract the letters that make walrus, it equals the word pig. This is a very Beatles zoo. In the movie That Thing You Do, Faye was almost left behind in a mob of fans. This actually happened to Cindy more than once. She actually had to use the fans to convince the security that she was with the Beatles. The song That Thing You Do premiered in the movie at number 93 on the charts. 93 is a very occultic number. You can achieve 93 by taking 3 times 13, which is 39, and then reverse that, 39, 93. 3 has the maximum power in spells, and that's why when you take it times 33 and do the reversal, that is a very occultic signature. The bass player replacement was much older than the person who he replaced. This is also similar to Bill replacing Paul in the Beatles, as Bill was 5 years older. Here are a few more miscellaneous things that I did not mention. Did you catch more That Thing You Do versus Beatle clues? Please leave them below in the comments. This concludes today's short video. I hope you have enjoyed the presentation and will join me again for another Pepper Time. Have a great day.